Welcome back guys, and today we are here with our third round in the Steam Showdown. Today we are playing Marnel Estrada, and he is on Jeskai control, but first things first, I'd like to say I may not be fully optimal in this series of matches. I'm playing this about 8 AM my time, and because of the huge time difference he's 4 PM his time. But last night last night we had a fire in my accommodation, which meant that woke me up from about 1 till about, I don't know, half 2 or whatever, until it was sorted. And not only did we have a fire, we also, when in my haste to leave the building and in the shock from the alarm going off, I may or may not have tripped and basically elbow dropped a counter, which did not go well for my elbow. My left hand is pretty much unusable right now, and if I tilt it in any direction, I'm getting a lot of pain, and that might not seem too bad, but I'm left-handed, and I usually use my left hand for the mouse, so I may miss a trigger. But Jeskai Control's an interesting matchup. It's much worse, I think, than Esper Control, and I was expecting more Esper than Jeskai, so that's kind of kicking the teeth, but I got that wrong in the metagame prediction. But basically, he runs a lot of removal, a lot of card draw, you know, all the planeswalkers to finish your opponent off. Pretty much a standard control deck, there's nothing too exciting. I know Marnel is very good at playing control. I've actually played him twice previously in tournaments. One time was in this Covert Go Blue tournament where we all played Covert Go Blue's decks to try and find out which one was the best, and I crushed him 2-1. And then the second time we played was in my Steam Showdown, the first Steam Showdown, where he crushed me 2-1 with a Chandra's Ignition, which was his best card in his deck, and he drew it. So it was rough. It was heartbreaking to lose your first round, but hopefully we'll try and get revenge on him for this. Like I said, Jeskai's a bit of a problem. If it was Esper, he'd have Blessed Alliance and like Declaration Stone, which I'm not too worried about, because I still get my attack triggers and he can't do anything sorcery speed. But right now he's got 4 Fiery Impulse and 3 Harness Lightnings, and Vampires hates being disrupted turn 2, so this is going to be rough either way. But we'll see. We do have our hedges against control. Maybe Midnight Oil will finally do something, but we'll see how this goes, and hopefully we can pick up our second win, and then we have 2 wins in a draw, which would put us in a really good position. But we will see how this goes. Hopefully he gets minus food. I will invite him in now. Also, it's very cold, so my voice might be shaky. I will send a message. He's been sending me a message while I've been doing this intro saying, take your time, etc, because he's a cool guy. But I will say, ready when you are, smiley face. And then now I will pause until he gets here, because he might be taking a while. I've got not much really else to say, so yeah. I will see you when the action kicks off. Okay, so we are about to go. He says he's ready, so I will invite him in, and we'll try and get these matches out of the way. I guess I'll say good luck, man. Good luck. Yeah, okay, so good luck message sent. That means therefore he's going to get mana screwed and I'll win because of good karma. And we will persevere here, and we'll try and script together a win. He says have fun with an exclamation mark, which is either passive aggressive or mind games, because I sent him an exclamation mark. And I always love overanalyzing messages. We're on the play, which is nice. Hopefully we can just like overrun him before he can get going, but we will have to see how the draws line up. Some people may question that decision. In fact, I'm questioning it myself. But I've got a Midnight Oil, which is really, really good. As far as I can see, unless he counters it, then the only way he has of dealing with it is Anguish and Making, which hits him for 3 anyway. So, and Midnight Oil just is really good against control matchups. I think it's worth speculating on here. And we do have 2-drop, 3-drop. We do have 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, etc. I mean, it's not a good curve, don't get me wrong, but it's a Scrappy Scrounger is also good against control. If we start getting creatures anyway. like you never want a Fiery Impulse to Scrappy Scrounger. It's probably the right play, and it's makes sense a lot of the time. He definitely has a Fiery Impulse, but he's probably gonna do it before combat, I'm guessing, before damage resolves, just because vampires it's so important to preserve your life total. Correct. So we're gonna lob off 8 Arms of the Veins just because these can both potentially hit a Planeswalker if I need to, and this might be a grind of a game. So this could be rough. He's definitely got a counter spell open now, which means we want to play something other than. So we're just gonna pass the turn. He could have Telling Time, but we've got a Fiery Temper, so we want him to not, like, he basically didn't spend any mana there. We're going to Fiery Temper him and step, hopefully try and bait out a counter spell. Because we do have, what, 10 points of burn in hand, so we're only missing 7 points. License discrimination if you count that, I guess. Okay. Okay, it wouldn't let me pause there, but now it did. But we just have to wait for a moment where he lets his mana down, or we draw something good. Strong Cloak Condemned, I'll take that, because he's probably going to... Yes, pretty much has to counter this, I think. Yep. He runs 4 counters in the deck, which means he's only got 3 left now. And he might try and resolve a Planeswalker, or try and get Midnight Oil underneath it. And we'll see how that goes from there, because Midnight Oil drawing 2 cards a turn is really nice. We do need to draw land, but there is pretty much only the other Midnight Oil, which is a bad draw at this point. So hopefully we don't do that. As the Jace, this would be a really, really good turn to resolve this Midnight Owl. I'm not too worried about Jace because we do have Firecraft and Collector Defiance to hit it. That really sucks. I think we have to bring back Scrappy Scrounger end step. That really sucks. Missing our 4th land there. We kept a 3-lander, didn't we? Yeah, so we just haven't drawn land this game, which is unfortunate. That was our turn, and we just blanked basically. So we bring back Scrappy Scrounger, then we have to target Jace at this point, unfortunately, but he's just got so much mana up in that unless he taps out here for like Reap the Bones and then just doesn't have any removal in hand. I just don't see where we can win. This isn't looking good. Liliana. Not too worried about Liliana. And he tapped out a blue there, which is kind of crucial. So now we know he doesn't have a counter spell. Okay, so we will grab Scrounger. And we can kill Jace here, I think. I might just go face now, you know, I've just drawn so much. I've got so much burn in hand, I think we're past the point of targeting this Planeswalkers. This thing ultimates on 8, doesn't it? So we'll see. Let's Harness Lightning. Liliana doesn't really worry me at this point. If he ever gets to the stage of ultimate in it, we're going to probably lose this game anyway. I think right now we just go Firecraft face. That gives us Spell Mastery as well, so the second one's uncounterable. So we're going to get him down to 6-3, so we just need to draw one more burn spell off the top. And this is assuming he'll resolve, of course. And I guess that's going to be a problem with Jace. We might have to target it next turn. I want to draw lands with a Collector Defiance, target Jace, and, well, actually we can't even kill a creature. I don't know. Stuck on 3 lands really sucks here. We're just being constructed on mana. Midnight Oil is past its time of usefulness now, just because we haven't drawn a 4th land. And before Yonder pipes up, that's deck variance more than anything else. Fury Blade. It's just doing nothing at this point, isn't it? It's he's clearly got, he's gonna have so much removal he can just minus with Lily or bounce it with Jace, but he's not gonna do that. We have to just go for the. I mean, we just have to go for try and set Jace back, but he's gonna counter it. Yeah, so this game's over now. I don't think we've actually misplayed, just because, I mean, I guess we could have Firecrafted Jace. Second one's uncounterable. I guess I could have went for the uncounterable Firecraft on Jace, that might have been an option. But I kind of just need all my burn in hand, and we're just so far behind, I just don't see us getting into this game. We can, yeah, okay, yeah, he had a lot of answers for us in different situations, so yeah, this game was, I think it was the turn the Midnight Hole where we couldn't resolve it, just because we still haven't hit our fourth land. What's this? 47? What's that? 57. 14 cards deep and only 3 lands. We do run 23. It's not like infinite amount of lands, but it is a decent amount. Yeah. So I mean, Firecraft resolves. We're getting to 6. I don't even know what we're looking for at this point, but we'll see. I guess if we draw like. I don't know. I can't think of anything. We don't even have an artifact on the field for Unlicensed Disintegration where we could target these creatures. And like I said, it's whenever Funk has a spell, his first spell each turn, so it's like I can't even do it on his turn. We've already used both Firecrafts. We were relatively close. Just, no, we weren't really close. I mean, that was just textbook control versus aggro. He didn't, and we just mana screw. I would like to see how this game would have went without mana screw, but hopefully he'll get mana screwed second game, and we will persevere. I tell you, I played 2-color decks. I did it last Steam Showdown as well. I played 2-color decks and I get mana screwed. My opponents who played 3 and 4-color, they're fine. They've never been imprisoned in the targeting my black source, I think. That's just cruel. That's just mind games right there. Well, he gives us technically. No, he doesn't give us an extra hand. Okay. We're alive. Okay, so we play Fury Blade. It gets going to get countered. Key the City resolves. Unless he has the 3rd counter spell, which I would be salty about. But Key to City turns on a Licensed Disintegration, so like if we draw a Madness spell off the top, we can potentially get there. Because we go down to 6 here, he ultimates Liliana, and then we Madness out like a Fiery Temper or something. Gets countered, then we Licensed Disintegration a creature, the damage resolves, and we have to do the same next turn. Or we draw like an Incorrigible Youths, something like that. I mean, this is the point where we're assuming his 5 cards in hand are blank. But that's not pretty likely. He's got 2 ultimates across from us, and he's got a live Chandra. But not really too much to say. I don't think I've misplayed at any point in this game. I kept a 3 land. I just didn't find the 4th land. It's a variance, I guess. We were on the play as well, which is kind of sad. There's no point discarding. I need all my mana next turn. We need to. Arms of the Veins would be a good draw. That would buy us time. Here comes all the land. Is there anything we can do here? Not really. This doesn't get countered, but it's pretty irrelevant at this point. Yeah, we're just dead. We're just dead on board. Which means there's only one thing to do. So we have to put up a Torch of Defiance here. Kill myself here. Take that. I don't even kill myself, which is the worst thing. Oh, it gets countered, so I don't even get the damage. That's just cruel. Hopefully he just finishes me off here. I mean, I don't think there's anything I could have done. Jace came out and Jace just did what... Jace is a very boring planeswalker, but it does exactly what it's meant to do, which is draw cards and win the game with an ultimate. What was that attack there? Yeah, not really too much to say. We drew our 4th and 5th land just way too late. Like I said, I think Midnight Owl would have done a lot there. Really would have maybe saved our bacon, drawn 2 cards a turn, but I got to it. GG's from Marnel. I'll make him think I'm tilted by saying mana screw. Nah, he's sending another message. We will. Maybe he's gonna point it out himself, and then the mind games will be lost. Gotta put that one behind us. That was rough. I don't know. We were surprisingly close though, considering if we'd gotten one hit with the Scrapute Scrounger at some point in that game, then we were actually within top deck range of burn, which is surprising considering we were stuck on 3 lands and all that good stuff. So okay, so I will send him another invite here. This will be a quick series and I can get some sleep. Not much, yeah. Marnel's a cool guy. I do enjoy our conversations, I guess you could say. I remember in the first tournament we played, he actually conceded. We disconnected and it wasn't like clearly cut that I was going to win, but he just conceded. He was like, nah. I had 2 lands in hand, and obviously I didn't know that, but he's like, I had 2 lands in hand, there was no way I was going to win. And I was like, well, you sure we can replay? And then he was like, no, I'm honourable, and I respect that. This hand, 1 lander, 2 lander, but we're missing. Okay, this isn't much better, but it is slightly. At least we got 1 red this time, and 2 double red spells in hand and no madness outlet. I don't know. That hand had a key to the city, which is the only reason I was contemplating keeping it, because I could potentially try and draw out of it. And we did have a madness outlet, which he can only anguish on making. But I don't know. I felt slightly better going down to 6. Although we drew our 2nd red, so right now it's just a case of good spells off the top of our deck. Hopefully we don't flood. He needs to play a untapped red mana this turn to be able to kill the Silent Visitor, and if he doesn't, then we're going to get in for 3, and he doesn't have it, so good. Can't even tell in times this turn, that's nice. Okay, so just to show how variance deck is, this was a 4-lander I kept, wasn't it? Or a 3-lander? No, this was a 3-lander I kept, and we're on turn 2 and I never want to draw a land again. Well, last game we went to like turn 12 and just never got out of it, so a bit tilted there. But I'll Firecraft him, end step, and then collect Defiance. Okay, I'll read the points. Perfect. Okay, so he's actually taking a lot of damage here. He's down to 14, 12, 9, 6. So we're getting there. We just need to not flood out. Midnight Owl off the top. We should be good. Sometimes you just gotta hate magic, don't you? Well, I can wheel my hand, so that's actually not even the end of the world. I do draw 2 cards from it. Yeah. One of the more baffling things is that I watch a lot of Batman's Steam Showdown videos. Oh, come on, you fucking game! Oh my god. Oh my Jesus. Sweet Jesus. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands in the top 11 cards. Not like this, come on. He does have red mana now with that Ether Hub. That's fucking ridiculous. Languish. If he's using Languish, he really must be screwed. Now we just need a good top deck here. Any card in our deck that's not a land is a good top deck. Okay, I'll take it. I'm going to fire it underneath a counter spell because I want all my burn to resolve. I'm going to probably start holding lands at this point now, just for discard. But I mean, we run, what is it, 4 Arms of the Veins, 2 Fiery Tempers, 2 Firecrafts, which are all just lethal now, Collect Defiance number 2, Incorrigible Youths gets through, so he's really pressured at this point. But Magic is a game of variance, and we will have to wait here. Firecraft is lethal, perfect. So, through the flood we managed to get there. We drew perfectly, so that's fine. He says God Hand. It was pretty good, to be fair. It worked out. Drew 2 lands off Defiance. But that was a nice Firecraft top deck. I can't ask for much more. It was a good hand. It was a good hand. I mean, the lands I did flood out a bit, but I did pretty much didn't really miss a turn, which was crucial. And we make it 1-1. So 3rd game in a row we went to game 3, which is really nice. Yep. Well, all the marbles on the table. He's probably really upset that he hasn't been on the play yet, which I can understand. But I won't put words in his mouth. Maybe he likes being on the draw, but that was clearly an awkward hand if he's reading the bones turn 3 and he didn't have red mana to kill my Asylum Visit. But game 3, anything's possible. Hopefully we can get a repeat of that last one. But let's see. Waiting for players to connect. He's on the players side. I mean, I can't be salty. I was on the play 2 games. This is kind of crucial though because he runs counter spells. So that means stuff like I can play Smuggler's Copter and then crew it before he can hold up a counter spell for my creature, sort of thing. But it sounds okay as long as we draw lands. It's kind of an awkward one actually. I might even lead with the Key to the City just because I have so much madness in hand. And if he's got red mana, he's gonna have a burn spell. So we'll see if he gets help. We'll cheat here a bit and see if priority holds on him. I think that is priority holding, and he's just going really fast, so I might just lead with Key to the City. I don't want to give him the tempo just playing a Fury Blade into... I mean, Key to the City, I'm going to try and resolve it while I can. It might not be right, but this gives me basically instant speed on all my madness spells. He can only kill it with Anguish Awaken in his deck. Well, if I play a Fury Blade there, he just Fiery Impulses and then he gets a hold of counter spell and I'm pretty much screwed. So I think squeezing the key through is more important at this point. Like we get to go Bloodhole Priest end step. If he tries to Talon Time us or something. Or I might even just go Fury Blade, try and bait out a counter spell plus Arms of the Vein. That seems pretty good as well. So we'll see how this draw lines up. He does have counterspell mana open because 8th Herb taps for both. I don't want to draw a card. We will. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for this line first. Fury Blade will eat a counterspell most likely, or a removal spell like a Fiery Impulse. But we're gonna have to get around that anyway. No. When we go to end step, he's going to Fiery Impulse. He definitely has it. Or Harness Lightning. He goes for Fiery Impulse. That's probably the right play. So right now, we just have to hope he's got a hand which doesn't have one of his win conditions, because I don't think we have the tools at the minute to fight through a win condition. But and now he's got 4 mana up. He could have Glimmer of Genius, which means he's probably going to want to go for that end step. He could counter this, but I don't think it's worth countering Arms of the Veins, even as a control deck. He only runs 4 counters. But Anguish Emit, shit, he had his answer. Do you have a turn to resolve a spell? Hopefully we draw black mana off the top so we can go Bloodhole Priest. Magic, you art thou cruel game. uh, Not much to say. Again, we're missing land drops. 23 lands. It's not a lot, but 24. Like, it's not a lot, but I'm not even going to get into the discussion. If anyone dares to comment, you don't run enough lands, I'll kill you, because 23 lands is enough. You saw last game. It's just variance. Magic's a cool game. But now we are really up against it. He had his answer. I mean, there's really not much to say. He had his answer to the key to the city, which was pretty much my only out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not really much to say. I'll Firecraft while he's tapped out. You know what I mean? Not Firecraft. You know what I mean? Whatever this spell is, Fire Temp. He's on 7. I mean, right now we're talking. We resolve one more burn spell and we top deck the second Firecraft. I think is our only out. I will happily, if I draw the land, I'll happily wheel Collected Defiance on myself here, just because these cards aren't doing anything at this point. He's gonna have so much removal. Maybe Bloodhole Priest does something, but everything else here does nothing. Stronghold Connect. The time has passed. We're stuck in double black. Imprisoned in the Moon, target a Black Sus. So he's actually used that as land destruction twice, which is pretty cool. He targets my red. Ooh, that must be a misplay. Ooh, that resolves. Nice. So now we are actually we don't have double Firecraft. So we need to go red source Firecraft. But I'm not sure if it's right or not. He could have kept us off black mana. That's an interesting line. I'm not sure if, I mean, it kind of makes sense because a lot of my burn is double red. But he could have kept me off black mana, which would shut down my hand more almost than Collector Defiance. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Does this make it an artifact? No, it just literally turns it into a land. Well, we'll have to kill this end step if it let me zoom out. Don't have time to wait for the artifact. He does get to flashback and collect. Just mana screwed again is really pissing me off now, actually. But red source Firecraft. We're not dead, and like we've got 26 life. That's a nice buffer. He's gonna draw a bunch of cards here, though. He's already used no counter spells actually, so he does have all 4 on his deck. Creatures aren't going to do it at this point. He must have a shit ton. I mean, we just haven't played a creature this game. We played 1 creature this entire game. I know I'm going to top deck Midnight All, and somewhere yonder's going to just start laughing maniacally. But we do have an out. We do red source Firecraft. He can't do anything about that. Sorin, fuck. If he plays a creature, he can drain it. Sorin is pretty much worst case scenario. But he's tapped out of mana, so if we draw red source, we can collect Defiance, and then any burn spell does it. This is the turn. Same situation as game 1. Just not drawing lands. Yeah, well. Not much to say. we had our turn there. That was actually our turn, because we could have resolved Defiance, and that gives us a really good chance, because then any Firecraft, another Arms of just any of our burn gets there at that point. He has to have a counter spell for every single burn spell, but right now we need to, yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter if he drains his Sorin here for all his life, which might be the right play. And if he does that, then I guess we're fine. Yeah, really smart play by really smart play by Marnel. Like I said, he's a good player. He needed a life gain. Sorin is an unconventional form of life gain, but life gain she is. He is actually. He's solid as a rock. Well, nothing to gain at this point. I'm actually fine if he snaps off a counter. Didn't realise. Okay, it resolves, but he's gonna harness lightning here. Or second Glimmer of Genius. Either one's pretty terrible for us. He's gonna have an answer. I mean, even worst case scenario, he just drains this for 4. The Sorin, which honestly, if I was him, that might have been the idea. Instead of harness lightning, just Sorin basically gained him like 7 life or whatever. That might have been a good line for him, but I mean, it's always a bad position when you're talking about your opponent's lines. So like right now we're playing for red mana off the top, we can cycle, I mean like right now our game plan is red mana off the top, cycle Cleft and Defiance plus burn him out, draw Firecraft off it, that's our line. He's not used a single counterspell this game, and he clearly has one, so we need that to work somehow. He's pressuring us quite a lot because Sorin every non-land is going to burn us, this thing's going to hit for 4 a turn. I don't know. We had our turns where we could have maybe forced in a couple more points of damage, but variance is a biatch, and that's all they can say really. Just gonna go Strongkirk on them because I'm gonna try and empty my hand, so maybe Bloodhole Priest does something, and maybe Incorrigible Youth gets there. Now maybe he thinks I can madness out of Fiery Tempest, so he blows a counter spell. He does not. Just gonna get rid of. No, because we're not gonna empty our hand this game, are we? We're not gonna empty our hand. Does he have Spell Mastery? I guess we could check. He's clearly, yeah, he's got Spell Mastery. So, no, we're not gonna empty our hand. So there's no real point discarding that second Strongkirk Condemned. Maybe we can use it as a madness outlet. There's talk just to try and empty my hand for Bloodhole Priest, but yeah. He's just so far in front now. There's not really much I can do. I mean, he's gonna hold up counter mana, he's got no reason not to. He's outside of Firecraft range, so like we need to sneak in a burn spell, Firecraft top deck, but we just don't have the double red, so it's just not gonna happen at this point. The ship has sailed on winning this game, and I don't know. I'm pretty sad. Just that getting mana screwed 2 out of 3 games isn't fun. Granted, his second draw wasn't too great, so maybe I can be. And I did draw really nice that second game, but we did flood out second game as well. I don't know. This has just been a shambles of a match. It wasn't worth getting up for. If he counters this, it means he's got like 6 counter spells in hand. Can he kill us? You'd need to reveal a 8 drop off Sorin to kill us this turn. I don't think he runs any direct burn. So he can't kill us this turn, but I mean, there's nothing we can do at this point. I guess in the end it did work out for him. I quite enjoy the Imprisoned in the Moon on the Mountain because that really did actually screw us. So fair play, he clearly knows how to use Imprisoned in the Moon as land destruction better than me. But no, in seriousness, that was a good play on his half, just because it's kept me off double red this entire game, which has screwed me way more than being kept off black for a turn or 2. But if I was him there, if he's gonna kill it, I'd just drain it for 4, because life gain is so brutal against me. No, there's really nothing we can draw. He hits us for 4 here, then 8. So unless he, nah, there's nothing. We draw red source. He doesn't have counter spell Firecraft. He's outside of range now. There's no way. I'll say GG. Didn't realize. I'll make a joke. Didn't realize you were land destruction. He says haha. You shouldn't say haha. That actually works out kind of well. And by kind of well, I mean relative. It's like relative at this point. Like, he doesn't even bother countering it because he knows that. Because he can just drain with Sorin. There's absolutely no need for him to rush this. So 5, 2. If we do no, there's no 3, 4. Actually, if we draw red source off the top, Collector Defiance, burn wheel of hand, draw a second burn spell, we could potentially get there. And again, that's assuming he doesn't have a counter spell in hand. He does it for white, blue, red, black. So yeah, there's no point buffing our thingy here. The line still works if he doesn't have a counter spell. If we wheel our hat, if we draw a burn, no, because we need to draw a land. No, if we draw, yeah, we draw a red source. No, there's no way. There's no way because we need to draw both a red source and a madness spell. Bear in mind I've been kept off. We drew 4 lands this game in the top 20 cards, which is pretty shitty. Yeah, we just die here. He's got lethal on board, so I will concede the game. Because he just drains and then Wandering Funeral gets through, there's no point playing that around there anymore. So I'll say GG's. Yeah, he said, yeah, I mean, I guess I shouldn't have conceded that, because I always hate when my opponent does that, because he starts wondering about disconnects, and then, yeah. He's imprisoned in the moon for a win, you cheeky bastard. Land. I'm gonna be salty, but I did God draw game 2, haha. So yeah, I just said sucks I got land screwed, but I did God draw game 2, which I can't complain about. I mean, it really does suck, but Magic is a game of variance. We all signed up for this when we clicked the play game buttons. So we'll go from there, and I did play first twice. as Marnel pointed out. Yeah. Not much to say really. I will just swing now 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. We're not out of the tournament yet. We just need to win our next 2 games, and I think we do qualify for top 8 because of the draw. So all is not lost, and yeah, on that bombshell, I will say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.